winning run is at second.
Swinging a ground ball to third is fair, and the Royals win it.
Next stop, Baltimore.
And Kansas City, here they come. They're going back to the World Series.
Tying run at third, 2 out, 9th inning. Sandoval in foul territory. Giants win.
It was a magical run for the Kansas City Royals, and we're pleased to be joined by their manager, Ned Yost. You're leaning over, watching those highlights. Do they ever get old?
No, they don't get old. I mean, I didn't want to see the one where Sandoval fell down after catching.
Yeah, that was a bummer, right?
Yeah, that's a bummer. But the rest of them were exciting, and I think you really enjoy it one day when you can sit back and watch the whole postseason. Because Dan and I were talking, it's a blur. The postseason's a blur. You just get through the game and you're like, oh, okay, let's do it again tomorrow.
Right.
But to sit back and really watch some of the fun stuff is neat.
Well, some of the fun stuff going on here in San Diego, all the reporters out there are tweeting about general managers and managers like you. And here's a tweet I want to pass along. Brian McTaggart of MLB.com. Ned Yost on cutting back Salvador Perez's playing time. Quote, I can't catch Sal 150 games again. I can't. I'll kill the kid. So, if you count postseason, he caught 158 games.
Yeah.
That's probably not because it had to be difficult to take him out of the lineup, right?
It's extremely difficult. And that tweet came from context about asking about a DH, and I just thought it would be beneficial to our team to have a roving DH, to be able to, let Sal, DH 15, 20 games a year instead of having to catch those, because it's hard to take that bat out of that lineup.
Ned, let me ask you, as we talked about, so hard to get to the point where you guys got to. There's so many hard work that was done by the scouts and the development people, and it's a surreal experience. And I felt, as hard as that is, it's even harder to try to figure out how to sustain that moving forward. Have you thought about this winter, how you can carry over the specialness that was on that club, the confidence, the cockiness, the belief that you could win into spring training?
Yeah, our guys are really, they're a real special group because they've always had that life, that energy, even when they were young. And we're fighting through it, trying to gain experience to where they can be consistent. So, the thing that we have going for us is we've got a bullpen that is so dynamic. It dates back to, the Nasty Boys in Cincinnati with Charlton Myers and Rob Dibble. And I don't think there's been a bullpen as good as ours been since that time. We've got speed. We've got tremendous defensive ability and the ability to manufacture a run. And, most of our guys had okay years offensively last year, but didn't have really years that, they were capable of having. And I think that our offensive production is going to jump up next year. I think our guys are going to be, more productive in that sense to go along with our starting pitching, our defense, and our ability to run the bases aggressively and smartly and being able to manufacture runs. So I think that coming as close as we did, that's going to leave a little taste in the mouth of those kids that, want it so bad and played so hard, and they were an exciting group, so I'm excited for spring training to start and get back after it again.
Ned, you had so many people turned on their ears with a lot of statistics that didn't go according to the way it's supposed to. You guys caught America in one game, but really in the course of the season by stealing, bunting, creating excitement on the base pass. Is that something you can continue moving on in the future?
Yeah, Johnny, what's so funny about this game is that's the way the game used to be played.
Right.
That's the way the game was invented. That's how they played the game. And you go back and look at all the great teams through the 50s, the 60s, and into the 70s, and even into the 80s for the most part. They manufactured runs. They played with defense. They played with speed. They bunted guys over. And then we got in the big power era where everybody just sat back and tried to drill 3-run homers. And it was a different game. Nobody wanted to take a chance of stealing a base. Nobody wanted to bunt a guy over because it would take away the possibility of you hitting a home run. Mm-hmm. Well, what Dayton has done so well in our stadium is he's made our field a home field advantage. It's tough to hit home runs there. So he went out and got tremendous defensive players, tremendous players with athleticism and speed so that we could tailor our game to the park. And we could be, by pitching, by able to manufacture runs, by stealing bases, by bunting, by hitting and running, driving the balls into the gaps and occasionally hitting a home run. and it was very, very productive for us.
Yeah, it was pitching, defense, speed, but pitching led by James Shields, and his leadership qualities will be sorely missed if you do not bring him back. Is James Shields still on the table for the Kansas City Royals?
Well, of course. I mean, he's on the wish list, but the numbers, I think by the time they get to James Shields are going to be so high, it's going to probably be difficult for us. But the one thing that James Shields did is he came in and he changed the culture of our locker room. He changed our mindset as a team. And for 2 years, he taught our guys. And, if he doesn't come back, he taught us well. He really did. He taught those kids well. And they've got all the intensity now, and they've got the knowledge, and they got the understanding of what it takes to be a winner. And he did a majority of that.
Left an imprint on the club. That's
for
great.
Sure.
Outstanding.
Sure.
Ned Yost, we could talk to you for an hour.
Well, let's go. Come on.
You can just sit up here. Our new analyst for the winter meetings, Ned Yost. I'm sure Dayton wants you in a couple meetings up there.
I don't know. Dayton's so famous now. He's doing luncheons. I'm hardly seeing him. He's got to go do breakfast.
Absolutely.
He's got to do lunch.
Big time, huh?
With the commissioner.
Okay.
Everybody wants a piece of him, too.
And Ned Yost was a lot of fun. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.